All right, what's up, guys? Chokosir here, and we're back with another Secret of Mana Randomizer Challenge Seed. Of course, these get rolled once a month, so I decided to tackle this month's challenge seed. Um, I'm also, in case you guys haven't noticed by now, you probably have, but I'm also using an overlay for my display here. So I'm gonna see how this overlay looks and see if you guys like it or not. But yeah, I'm gonna try using this, so hopefully it looks decent. Anywho, this challenge seed is called Save the Mana Tree. I believe we did this particular challenge a few months back. um so this one is basically going to have 7 flags. Let's take a look at the flags real quick. We have a random starting character, we have restrictive logic. We also have swapped bosses, so the bosses are going to be randomized. We have find both characters at current level, so all 3 characters are in the seed. We also have random character roles, so the boy, the girl, the sprite, their roles could possibly be randomized amongst each other. The unique flag is not checked, so we could end up with duplicate roles. We could have something like 3 boys or 3 girls or 3 sprites or anything in between. We also have vanilla enemy stat growth. So basically all the enemies are going to have their vanilla stats. Um, so this pretty much means we want to play this seed front to back. We don't want to be making any like pre-checks that involve late game areas and whatnot and late game enemies, because we will get one shot. So we do have to be careful this seed of where we go and what we fight. And last but not least, we have swapped enemy AI. If you guys saw the last challenge seed with this flag set, swapped enemy AI means that the AI of the enemies are randomized amongst each other, so we can see some pretty weird stuff. So yeah, this flag isn't as dangerous as it sounds, honestly, because this flag is quite wonky. So basically, we can see anything from any enemy, pretty much. We can see some weird stuff and weird movement patterns and weird attack patterns and whatnot. So, anywho, let's get started. All right, we're starting with the boy. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so we have a boy start. Now we do have random character roles, so we do need to pay attention to see what our roles are. Uh, here's hoping that we get a sprite roll out of somebody because it is vanilla enemy stats. Speaking of vanilla enemy stats, this means that save splitting doesn't really matter because we're going to need to gain levels anyway. Okay, axe start and 50 HP, so that means the boy is himself. Okay, so the boy is himself. He didn't get randomized. Um, we're gonna try to get most of our freebies if we can, and the operative word being try, because of course some of these freebies happen to be in mid to late game areas. Okay, so gnome not required for Grand Palace. That's good to know. We also do have the axe, so we can check the sign and Rabbi Forest as well for a hint. Um, yeah, might as well grab this. I mean, eventually we want to farm money so we can get in-game armor, because eventually we do have to go into Pure Land, and of course those Pure Land enemies are going to be level 60 plus, and that's including the bosses. All right, so oh geez, guys are spinning on their heads. I do want to see if these guys are dropping like money. I think, we are dropping walnuts. Okay, we gotta be careful here. I'm assuming these are level... Okay, level 4. Alright, so chestnuts must be somewhere early. Yeah, they gotta be. Not needed Undini. Okay. I guess we can flame you on out of here. They are dropping walnuts. Not needed Undini and not needed Gnome. Okay. Let's go to Hypo for now. Because what I plan on doing is, like I said earlier, we want to play this seed. Oh, gee, this little girl. We want to play this seed front to back pretty much. As far as bosses. Okay, this is here. Golden Vest. I'm mainly looking for in-game armor. We've seen gauntlets. The gauntlets are here. I'm not really concerned about the other armor, at least not right now anyway. Okay, Moogle Belt somewhere underground. Let me see if I can grab some quick money here if I can. I guess not. Alright, so the mushrooms in Rabbi Forest are dropping fairy walnuts, which is good. I guess we can check the shop here and then we'll check girl, see what's on her. Okay, amulet helms, amulet rings here. We already saw gauntlets, so we're not really concerned about amulet rings all that much. Not to mention, we need to find out eventually who or what roles our other two characters are, because if we end up with like 3 boys, which I really hope not, then we might have a tougher seed. Okay, 2,000 gold on girl, which is nice. We'll take it. Okay, let's see. I should go to Gaius Naval here. Nah, I'm gonna end up double dipping if I go now, so we're just gonna go to mid game. Now we do need to be a little careful here because this is mid game. Ooh. Mid game enemies. We don't want to get hit by these because they will kill us right now. Okay, gold key and bow up. Okay, plan me out. Yeah, so checking these freebies is going to be a bit rough. Some of these freebies, not all of them, but some of them. Especially freebies that are in like Northtown Castle, Northtown Ruins, because those areas are like level 30 plus. Okay, fairies rings here. That's nice to see. We got quilted hood there. Unicorn helm. Okay. I need to find somewhere early that I can farm money though. I can't really farm it in Rabbi Forest because they're dropping fairy walnuts instead of cash. Okay, light seed is there. Oh, I forgot to mention, and you guys probably know what kind of seed this is, but this is a mana tree revival seed, so we will need to find all 8 seeds. I forgot to say that in the intro, but you guys can probably figure out what kind of seed this is. Alright, so I could check this chest here. I should probably save. Let me check the shop first. Like I said, vanilla enemy stats means we need to play this differently than what we usually do. Okay, circuits here. We have headgear. I could. I'm trying to hold off on buying too much armor right now. I am going to save because if I get hit in here, we get one shot. I'm trying to get this chest. And speaking of saving, we'll probably do a lot more saving in this run. Please. Jab orb. Get me out. Don't touch me. Woo! Get me out. Those guys came rushing at me. Oh boy. That would have 100% been a one shot if they hit me there. Okay. We have the axe. Let's see. Mirror? No. Sunken continent. Now this is going to be a dangerous run down to this chest though. Okay, pebblers, that's fine. I also want to know what kind of enemies I'm dealing with too. Not to mention this swap enemy AI. So their movement patterns could be completely wacky. And we don't know what to expect. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I want to lure that other one over here. Okay, I'm trying to make a run for it. We do not want to get touched by anything here. Okay, leap your eye. We should be fine with those. Alright, glove orb. Snack that. Nah, I'm not gonna check Grand Palace chest. Not Grand Palace. I could check orb rooms, but I don't think it's necessary. I hope it's not. I also realized that I haven't done my usual and got all my hints first, which I probably should. Okay, sword orb. Alright, so far we know that Gnome and Undine aren't required for Grand Palace. And we have one seed already. Okay, Needle Helms are here, Core Cap, Griffin Helms are here, Steel Cap. Sure, we can take that. I actually want to write this down. So we got Needle Helms, Griffin Helm in Southtown. Okay, that's good to know because Needle Helm is pretty much the lowest tier of the endgame armor. And it's the cheapest. So we saw Needle Helms. Oh, let me write down Gauntlets and Kaipo as well. Gauntlet and Kaipo. So all we really need to find is Vestguard. If we can find Vestguard, then we'll know where all of the lowest tier late game armor is. Mech 3's dead. Okay, good to know. Very good to know. So now we don't care about what's in Grand Palace. There's no seed on Mech 3. Okay, got Imp's Ring, Dragon Helm, Silver Band. We'll take this for now. I saw Griffin Helm in this shop as well. I'm only putting this on for the evasion, but I don't think that matters. Okay, next thing we're going to do is save. And we're going to attempt to get these 3 checks in Northtown Castle. We're going to attempt to get them. Of course, it depends what's in here. Matter of fact, the smart thing to do is to do this. These are what? Rabbits? Yeah, rabbits. I think we can kill. I hope we can kill. Oh, probably not with this weapon. Well, nah, not with this weapon. Woo. Yeah, we probably can. It's just, it's gonna take a while to kill him. Oh, What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't like that. Swap enemy AI for you. Yeah, we're not going to bother with these. If I had a stone weapon, I would, but I don't, unfortunately. Just got to be very careful not to get hit here. 2 more coming. I think these 2 chests up here, these 2 chests here are going to be a bit difficult to get. I might have to kill these. Yeah, I might have to kill these before I grab them. We don't do a lot of damage, unfortunately. We do 16 damage at a time, which is something. We don't want to grab the chest yet because then more will spawn. And we want to deal with 1 at a time. Okay, so these are an armored man spot, so I don't think they have too much HP. I think it's like 200 something. Also got to make sure I don't grab these chests while I'm hitting this thing either. Got him. Woo! Okay, here comes the next one. The issue here is if I grab the chests, I can take damage while I'm grabbing them, and then I die. So we don't want to do that. Yeah, we do 20 damage a shot now. I don't like what he's doing there. I don't want to open that. That could be a trap. Okay, spear orb. Careful. Okay, this should be the 3rd one. The 3rd and final one. I think getting to the jail chest is going to be a bit challenging too. Damn. Axel. I'm actually gonna rope out and see if I can. Okay, the smart thing to do is flame me out. I'm gonna try and force that axe. Like I said, getting to the jail chest is probably gonna be a bit challenging. Alright, so let's see. Forge that. Doom Axe. Doom usually gets strength. Ooh, con and stone. Yeah, we'll definitely take that. We will definitely take that. Hell yeah. Ideally, we don't want to go in here with anything less than tiger gear, which we can't afford right now. It'll certainly make killing these vabites easier, though, for sure. Yeah. Now that we can petrify them. Got them both. Very nice. One up here. There's two up here. Okay, we survived. We can't get hit again, though. Cannot get hit again. Slimes. Can we walk past them? Yes. Like I said, this is swap enemy AI, so we don't know what to expect from these enemies. Okay, we might actually die right here. Oh, we're good. We're good. Okay, 2,000 more gold. Hope out. Checking Northtown Ruins might be a tall order here. We've got 12k. I meant to sleep there. Yeah, let me sleep. Yeah, this might be a tall order trying to check this. We do have a stone weapon, so it's not like we can't kill anything. We can. Oh boy. This guy. There we go. As long as we can petrify things, we're okay. Okay, crab. I don't want to mess with swords. No thanks. Oh, those clouds move fast. Another axe orb. I don't think I'm fortunate though. Alright, so we've got swords, we've got crabs, we've got heckhounds. I want to make sure I land the first hit. Alright, I'm running. Those guys move to. Oh, no thanks. No thanks. No thanks to that either. We don't like those either. Earth slide. Oh brother, this might get a little bit dangerous. I think I have to check the back chest. I just got to be very careful and take my time. I don't want to mess with crabs because they're spawning metal crawlers. Oh, this might be bad actually. Gotta spam my axe just to get past them. Those clouds move fast, but they don't pose any threat. Can we kill these? We can't stone them though. Adjectives will. I get hit by them. Yeah, there we go. I'll try and make some money while I'm here as well by killing things. Okay, back off. We want to run to the left. Yep. This one might be challenging. There's another one. Nope. I also don't want to open any chests that they drop because they could be like stone traps. They could be, you know, doom traps. Okay, what's in here? Evil sword, armor man. Okay, it should be okay. I don't like this though. Don't clap, don't clap. Are we good? Can we kill? We can. Okay, cool. Whew, almost there. Just gotta make it to this back chest without dying. Oh, jeez. Yeah, Luna. Worth. Absolutely worth it. Alright, let's get out of here. Whew, that was worth it. Okay. We checked Santa's house. We can check Ice Palace chest, depending on what's in there. Dark seed behind a silver orb. Okay, there's the fire seed. Nice. Dark seed behind a silver orb could mean fire palace. It also could mean flamey cave, or moon palace, or earth palace. Yeah, so could be any of those. All right, what you got? Circlet. Tiger suit's nice. This is just to get me through Ice Palace. I think we take both of these. All right, so with Circlet and Tiger Suit, we shouldn't be taking too much damage in Ice Palace. Because in vanilla, you get this armor, or you get Tiger Suits after Ice Palace, and you get Circlets after Empire. You get Circlets late game. So I am going to assume that we shouldn't be taking damage in Ice Palace. So we actually should be okay against the enemies in here with this armor. We should be. Oh god, these bats. What the hell? Hello? Yeah, they're not doing anything. As far as damage anyway. Level 18. Level orb. Okay. Warp out. Alright. So we got the mid-game freebies done. We did Sunken City. Or Sunken City chest, rather. Okay, bow orb rather. We did Moogle Village, we did Matango. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is actually go to Mandala. I'm gonna save. Well, let me check the hints first and then I'll save. Well, we can save first. I'm gonna save and then check Tasnica because Tasnica is actually not free at all. We do have a stone weapon, so it depends on if the enemy in Tasnica can get petrified or not. If not, then we have to chop off like 500 HP from whatever's in there. Alright, so let's see what we can learn here. Okay, Salamander and Pandora. Luna in the chest, we just got that not too long ago. Water Seed on a Ped. Okay. Salamander needed for Grand Palace. Total elements needed is 3. Nothing. And nothing. Okay, total elements is 3. Oh no. Okay, so that just told us a lot because it's possible that there is no sprite magic in the seed. I did save. There's possibly no sprite magic in the seed. So either this is a triple boy seed or this is a double boy and a girl seed. It could also be double girl as well. That's what I'm thinking it is. It's either one of those 3. Triple boy, double boy plus a girl, or one boy and double girl. Because if it's giving me 3 elements needed for Grand Palace and Salamander's one of them. Yeah. Possibly what it is. Okay, can we hit this? Yes. Yeah, there's the Earth Seed. Alright, so we know the Water Seed's on a Ped. Sprite is early. I mean, that's nice, yeah, but the issue now is the Sprite is most likely going to be either the boy or the girl. If Sprite is boy, then I don't know if we even pick him up. We might have to, though. Wow, we got Wind Seed as well. Water Seed's on a Ped. Dark Seed is behind a Sylphid Orb. Okay, let me check Dark Palace. Let me see. Circlet, Tiger Cap, Silver Band is 139 defense. I don't think we get one shot in here. I don't think we do. I kind of want to kill some things in here though for the money. Yeah, we can't petrify that, unfortunately. Yeah, we shouldn't get one shot by anything in here, I don't think. We might take some decent damage, but I don't think we get one shot though. Okay, there's Lumina. About... Okay, so I don't think this is a triple boy seed. I don't think it's triple boy. There is one girl character in the seed. For sure, there has to be. if it's giving me Lumina, there is at least one girl in the seed. Alright, Axel, we're not picking those up. Hope out. They could be traps. Okay. Dark seed behind a silvered orb. I kind of want to check orbs here. Check Moon Palace. Water seeds on a ped. Dark seeds behind a silvered orb. Yeah, it's Lumina. Oh, we have Lumina, but we don't have the girl. Okay. I want to check Fire Palace here. We can kill. That's also Lumina. Okay. So it's not that. I can't check Flamey Cave with because I don't have the whip. I can't check Flamey Cave, so are we looking at Earth Palace probably? I want to get the rest of these hints really. So let's land at Potos. Matter of fact, we can start doing checks now. Yeah, we can definitely start doing checks now. Alright, this guy. I actually want to charge to level 2 here. There we go. Alright, Sword Orb, Whip Orb. Like I said, save splitting doesn't matter on this seed at all. I gained nothing by save splitting there. Alright, Tower Key in the town, we already got that. Nothing. Okay, girl is mid. Boomerang on a ped. Money? No. Okay. Damn. Girl is mid. Sprite is early. Nothing there. We check Undini's cave while we're over here. This spot's only 750, 770, something like that. Do these guys drop chests? They do. Damn, they're dropping barrels though. I guess I have to. I mean, we have an earth weapon, unfortunately, but it's not... I mean, we're not at the point where we're doing, like, no damage to him. We're doing, like, 30. Just gonna take a little bit. Well, this guy doesn't do damage anyway. And he has 0 MP in this spot. Yeah, he's got no MP in this spot. There we go. Honestly, I think my priority right now is finding out what roles my other two characters are, because we know one of them has to be girl. Has to be. It's either the girl as herself or the sprite has girl magic. It's one of the two. But they both could be girl for all we know. Possible. Level orb. Okay. Alright, we are going to go out. We can do Witch's Castle too. We have to come in from the other side though. Matter of fact, I might just do Witch's Castle right now, since I do have the axe. Might as well. Let me grab these 2 hints first though, and see what they are. Alright, not needed known, we already know that. Nothing. Okay, so nothing on these hints, unfortunately. Pure Land is going to be interesting, I think, because I'm starting to think that there's no sprite magic in the seed. I kind of have to figure out a way to get money drops though. Otherwise, I will have to farm like late game enemies to get money. Ah, you dude's okay over there. I'm looking for chest drops. If it comes down to it, I think we can just farm late game enemies once we get, you know, strong enough to do so. Knowing that there's no sprite magic in the seed, we can't utilize that, unfortunately. We know the sprite is early. We know the girl is mid. So we know where the characters are. The other 2 characters are. Again, I'm looking for chest drops. I'm just not getting them. Damn. Yeah, we might have to end up farming late game enemies, which is something I really don't want to do, but we might have to. Okay, those guys cast wall. Interesting. I think we're doing okay so far in this seed. We haven't died yet. Sprite. Oh, wow. Sprite's on a ped. And he's early. Holy God, that hint is actually annoying to see. So that means the Sprite is either behind the Wind Seed. Or not the Wind Seed, I'm sorry. The Water Seed ped or the Earth Seed ped. He's in one of those 2 spots. And unfortunately, we have an Earth Element weapon against this snake, but it's okay. I don't think it's going to matter too much. We know the Water Seed's on a ped. We have the Earth Seed, but we can't get through. Not without... girl magic, which leads me to think that the sprite can't be at the Earthseed pedestal, I think. Unless the girl is herself, then he probably is, if the girl is herself. Alright, dead. Alright, so if the girl is herself, then Sprite can be at the Earthseed pedestal if the girl is herself. If the girl is the boy, then the sprite cannot be at the Earthseed pedestal. So that means he can only be at the Waterseed ped. Okay, see her tail and 1,200 bucks. Okay, cool. Oh god, this seed is actually pretty ugly. Let's go to Guy's Navel. I'm pretty sure I need to look for the girl because I need to know what role she is. I really need to know what role she is. Because knowing what role the girl is will help me determine where Sprite is. Because right now, Sprite can be either at the Waterseed ped or the Earthseed ped. And we know the Waterseed is on the ped itself. And we have the Earthseed. Okay, Whip Orb. Just? Nope. Never lucky. So what I might try to do here is look for Prim. Okay, this Dryad. You know what? I'm thinking about just saving and checking the rest of these axe upgrades and see what they are, because if I end up with a stone weapon on like level 3 or 4, then I'll just use that. Okay, level 3. Light intelligence. Nope, we don't want that. Alright, level 4 is Con Ice Perfect Hit Rate. We don't want that either. Level 5. Con Confused. Okay, damn. Alright, that's actually unfortunate. So we're going to stick with this level 2 axe for now. It's got stone on it and it's helping me kill enemies faster. So I might as well stick with it. Like I said, we might need to do a... we might need to farm money from late game. That's a silver orb. Okay. So now there is a 50-50 chance that the Dark Seed is behind the Earthseed pedestal. Okay, there's the bow. Lunar Agility. We can force that. Because we know the Dark Seed is behind the Silver Orb. So that's the only Silver Orb we've seen so far. So chances are the Dark Seed is behind the Earthseed pedestal. Or the Dark Seed could also be in Flaming Cave. Because we haven't seen what Flaming Cave's orb is, and we can't check because we don't have the whip, unfortunately. Okay, bow orb, glove orb, bow orb. Okay. We're just gonna do these checks in case we find, like, you know, a moon seed or a dryad seed or something. We know where the characters are. Roughly. Okay, this is 900 HP in this. Oh, jeez. Might as well take advantage of this speed up. What? Got him. Yeah, this is turning out to be an interesting seed. Unless we've learned so much. We know where Sprite is. We know where Sprite can possibly be. We know where the Dark Seed could possibly be. Yeah, there's the Dryad Seed. Now, I want to save. So, we have 5 seeds. We know that the Water Seed's on a ped and the Dark Seed is most likely on the Earth ped. Most likely. Okay, and confused. We're going to keep going with the bow. Okay, Avalon is Ant Thunder. We're going to keep going. Ebon Bolt is probably like Dark or Fire. Yeah, Dark and Calm. We're going to keep going. Alright, Altea's Bow. Okay, this has stone on it. Intelligence is stone, and it's level 5, so I think we just use this. Yeah, we just use this. Okay. That works for me. Trying to think. I mean, I could go to Pandora Ruins. I could. You know where Sprite is, though. I actually want to look for the girl. So let's start. Let me check Wind Palace because we know she's mid. So we'll start here. Start here. Might as well. Oops. We know it's the Earth element, but nothing we could do. Oh wow, okay. I thought that would hit. There we go. The only seed we don't have info on is the Moon Seed. We have info on the Water Seed and the Dark Seed. And we can't get to either right now. We know the Water Seed's on a ped, but I mean it could be on this ped. So that's another reason why I'm checking this now. The Water Seed could be here too. Nope, that's the girl. Okay, girl. Boomerang whip. Girl is boy. Oh god. Agility fire. Boomerang is what? Con ice. So Sprite has our girl magic then. The Sprite is the girl he has to be. Gotta be. Okay. That just made things a little complicated because now we know that the Sprite is on the Water Seed pedestal. He has to be. Alright, so what am I doing here? I think we're going to I want to check out these other weapons first before I might need to grind some money. I legit need to grind some money. Okay, she can't wear that. She's boy. Get her this for now. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do Okay, you can have this. I want to swap back to the axe and give the bow to her. That way she'll have a stone weapon as well. Alright, let's save. Oh boy. This seed is actually pretty rough. Pretty rough. I mean, it is a challenge seed, yeah, but still, it is pretty rough. Knowing what we're dealing with, as far as character roles anyway. Okay, let's forge this and this and see what we come up with. Okay, level 2 whip is strength and fire. That's not bad. Agility, fire. Okay, level 3 whip, strength dryad, strength ice. Okay, we'll keep it for now. I need some cash. And the problem is I don't know where to farm it. I did save. Let me save again though. We do have 2 stone weapons, so we can try our luck with Pure Land farming. We're gonna get one shot if we get hit, guaranteed. So yeah, Sprite has girl magic because there's no other role he can be. Is that Tomato Man? Yeah, 58. And we got a rabbite up there. Yeah, let me see if I can actually... Okay, she hit him. How'd you hit him, Prem? Yeah, Tomato Man's not fun to fight here. Okay, he's dead at least. I think. Yeah, he's dead. I want to actually... Can I shoot him from here? Oh, here he comes. Got him. Okay, good. The next room is going to be 3 Silk Tails, though. Got him. He's casting Dispel. Okay, cool. We might be able to get away with farming here. Yeah, I think we can get away with farming here. We got to be super careful, though. If I can catch him trying to cast spells, then we can hit him. Yeah. I think this will work. Already at 41k. I want to come from the bottom, I think. Ow. Yeah. He hopped twice there. Interesting. Yeah, he hopped twice there. You did? No. Now you are. Okay. Good job, Prim. This is why we want stone weapons, by the way. Exactly why we want stone weapons. Got him. Okay. We're not opening that chest. That's for damn sure. 72K. We're looking for, let me see, Needle Helms, 15, Gauntlets, 18, 7. We haven't seen Vestguard yet. I haven't checked all the shops either, so. Vestguard's 32K. We need to farm a little bit more. I'm scared of this first one, though. This first one might try to hop twice and kill the boy like he did last time. Careful, careful. Did I get him? No. Yeah, it's going to be a pretty slow grind. 87. I'm glad I got this petrifying bow. So we get about, what, 87, 97, about 16K per room. Ah, crap. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought I hit a trap there. Okay. I'm gonna try and make this a bit easier. This might be a doom trap. Yeah, it's a doom trap. Well, let's get out of here. All right. Needle Helms we saw in Southtown. Gauntlets we saw in Kaipo. We did not check all the shops though. So at the very least, I want to grab those. But yeah, I mean, there's really no fast way to farm money on this seed. If the Rabbi Forest enemies were dropping 8,600 gold chests, then I would do that. But they're not, so we have to do this the hard way. All right, so we want. Actually, you know what? It's 44K though. I mean, I could. Nah, we'll stick with these for now. Archer rings. Nah, I mean, we can upgrade to those eventually. I do need to find vest guards or power suits. Preferably vest guards because they're cheaper. Okay, gauntlets were in Kaipo. I remember writing that down. So Kaipo it is. I didn't check dwarf shop either. When I probably should have. Uh, 32. Oh, I don't have enough for 2. Well, let me see what I can sell. Tiger suit sells for. We might have enough, I think. I hope we do. Yeah, I think we have enough. Let me check Dwarf Shop because we didn't check that shop. Let me see what's in there. If Best Guards and Power Suits are on Nico's, then I'm going to be very sad. Very, very sad. Yeah, let me check Dwarf. We also didn't check. We checked Gold Owl Shop. I think we did. There's also the second shop in Pandora, which we haven't opened up because we haven't done Pandora Ruins yet. Which I probably should do. I thought I checked this. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't, because I didn't see these. Okay. Oh, they are here. Okay, cool. Cockatrice caps are here too. But we want these for now. We definitely want these. So that. Alright. Now we're in a much better position to farm money. Because we pretty much got the bare minimum to survive in Pure Land. Alright, let me save. Alright, so here's what we know. Water Seed is on a ped. Sprite is behind the Water Seed pedestal. So that means the Water Seed cannot be in the Earth Palace. Wind Ped we checked. Fire Ped, it can't be there because we need Sprite to get through the orbs. Light Ped, it's possible that it's there. We could check that actually. Moon Seed, we have no clue where that is. And Dryad Ped. Dryad Ped is going to be a little bit of a problem because we have to get through whatever's at Snapdragon spot. And Snapdragon, unfortunately, has some of the highest attack power in the game. So Snapdragon can pose a threat to both of our characters, even with this armor. So I'm actually going to try and look for the Water Seed here. We have in-game armor, so we shouldn't have any issues with anything in here. We'll take fights just for money. Sure. Ah, jeez. The only issue with these fights is they have a lot of HP to chew through. This spot is like, I think 2,000. A little bit shy of 2,000. Well, we don't have to worry about taking damage in here though, for sure. And unfortunately, I can't change her element because she moved herself against a damn wall, unfortunately. So we just got to keep hitting her until she dies. I think it's 1,980 in this spot. Pretty sure it is. And the next spot has like 2,500, a little bit shy of 2,500. I would forge my weapons, yeah, but... Well, you know what? Boy, you can use the boomerang. It's not level 1 though, so I might as well just use this. I don't need my stone weapon for now. There we go. Not having sprite magic sucks on this type of seed because we can't kill bosses quickly. And the sprite has our girl magic and he's locked behind the damn water seed. Which we have to find that to get to him. I don't know if I should open that. Alright, who is this? Oh, Jabberwocky? Okay. Yeah. Might as well switch back to this. I think this spot is 2,400 and something HP. Oh god, here's hoping he doesn't heal. Because this spot has level 8 spells. So his heal is going to be super strong if he does it. Nice. I think I probably should have just leveled the boomerang right there. I probably should have. Now that I think about it, I think I should just level up the boomerang to level 3. That way I can deal 2 hits on a level 3 charge. Or level 1 charge, either one. Alright, let's see what's on this pedestal. Alright, money. Damn. Okay, so no water seed. Oh gosh. The water seed. We gotta find the moon seed too. I'm gonna save. We have 7 orbs for the axe. I don't know if I should even check level 6 or 7. I could. Okay, Chakum. I don't like that. I'm gonna keep my level 3. It's got strength on it at the very least, so that's something. Okay. We know that the water seed is not on the light seed ped, so let's see. Our options are moon seed or dryad seed. Moon seed we don't have. Let me see what boss is here, because if it's on the dryad ped, oh god, that's a Tropicalo. Okay, this might be a bit scary actually. Yeah, 112. He's casting burst. Leaf flower. Okay, hold on. We're not prepared for that. I think we can do that fight. I need to get items though. You see, even with in-game armor, this spot still does like 100 damage. Let me get some chocolates. Get some cups as well, just in case someone dies. And I'm thinking to level my boomerang here. Let me do that real quick. Or try to anyway. Come on. In 18 per. Trying to think. What's my best play here? We do have the whip. So we can check. We can full clear Ice Palace. We can also check Salamander Oven. Maybe I need to look for the Moon Seed. That's probably what I need to do. Because if the Water Seed is not behind the Dryad Ped, then it's behind the Moon Ped. But no. No. It has to be Dryad Ped. It has to be Dryad Ped because the Moon Seed requires an elemental, so it can't be that either. Yeah, so it's Dryad Ped. It has to be. Nice. I mean, I have to find the Moon Seed eventually anyway. That's annoying. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, I have to find the Moon Seed eventually, so we know that the Water Seed can't be behind the Moon Seed Ped, though. It's got to be Dryad Ped. We checked Light Ped, we checked Wind Ped. Can't be Fire Ped, can't be... Could it be Dark Ped? No, it can't be Dark Ped because Dark Seed is behind the Earth Seed pedestal, which requires the Sprite, so it can't be that either. Earth Ped. Yeah, there's Gnome. Yeah, we'll take Gnome, sure. Yeah, it has to be Dryad Ped. There's no other way around it. It has to be Dryad Ped. Thing is, we got to get past that damn Boreal face at Snapdragon spot. Oh gosh. We ain't fighting those. Dead. Yep. You can check this. I think we can get through that Boreal phase. It's gonna be a tough fight. Okay, Boomerang just hit 2. I think this is Minotaur down here. Yeah. Got him. Okay, there's the javelin. I mean, that I don't know how that helps us right now. I could also check Flamey Cave Orb as well, just to see what it is. If it's a Silphid Orb, then the Dark Seed could be there. But our main issue is getting to the Sprite. Oh, their cast is speed up. Okay. I'm trying to get this Boomerang up to level 3. Tiger? Yeah. I got the wrong weapon for this. Bite down? Bite down? Nope. Not gonna bite down. Oh my god, stop. There we go. Oh boy. This seed is garbage. This seed is hot garbage. Vanilla stat grow seed with no sprite magic. I love it. Ooh, okay, our moon seed's here. That's actually huge because now that we have that, we can go for the water seed now. So let's get out of here. I kind of need to check Flamey Cave though. And the reason why I want to check Flamey Cave is to see what the orb is. Because if I'm wrong and it's not Earth Palace, then we have to go to Flamey Cave. Don't want to forge that. We can forge this. I probably should have checked each one, but that's okay. Probably not going to use it anyway. Yeah, it's alright. Okay, so we check Flamey Cave just to see what the orb is. We know we can't do it. We can run through all of these areas now with this armor. We don't care about these enemies now. What the world? Okay. Yeah. I also have to get the Sprite some armor once I get them. Okay. Salamando. Good to know. So now we know that the Dark Seed is behind the Earth Seed pedestal. That's the only place it can be. So we have our path to the end of the game. We got to kill Boreal Face at Snapdragon to get to the Water Seed. We turn in the Water Seed to get to the Sprite. And then we use the Sprite Oh, we need to find Sylphid, don't we? Yeah, we need to find Sylphid too. Oh, damn. Okay. Let me see if I can get past this damn Boreal Face, though. Unfortunately, this Boreal Face is required. So I can turn into Dryad Seed. Try to do damage right here if I can. Yeah. Yeah, this fight's going to be pretty tough. Because I don't have magic support. I think he goes back down. Oh, he's casting. Oh, wow. Yeah, let me heal. Damn, Bramble's gonna smack me. Oh, maybe not. There we go. We take that. Ow. Okay, this should be it. I think. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, GG. Woo! Alright, we got it. Thankfully, Snapdragon Spot doesn't have a lot of health. That's the only good thing about this spot. I think the spot is only 1200 HP or something like that. It's not that high. But this spot has a lot of attack power, as you can see. I'm wearing in-game armor, and he's still doing 100 plus damage to me. All right, so this should be the Water Seed. Yep, and the Jab Warp. Okay, so we leave. We turn in the Water Seed to get to the Sprite. We still have to find Sylphid, though. We haven't even done Pandora Ruins yet. I guess I can start there. Might as well start there. I mean, Sylphid could be anywhere, though. So once we find Sylphid, I think we're good. Okay. We don't have to worry about taking damage from this guy, though. Yeah. Alright, so this should be our Sprite right here. Because we know he's early. And we know he's behind the pit, and it can't be Earth Seed pit because we need Sprite to get in Earth Palace. So this has to be Sprite. Alright, another Boom Orb. Alright, so this is Sprite. Yep. Sprite has all girl magic, as I suspected. And he came with spear, it looks like. Okay, let's give you the... Could give you the axe, honestly. Yeah, we'll give you the axe. I might just stick with this boomerang. Alright, so now we gotta find Sylphid. Because Sylphid is blocking the Dark Seed. So let's see if we can find Sylphid. Let's save. I need to get Sprite some armor. How much money do I have? 71k. Should be enough. Let me get a Vescar for him. And Vescar is on Dwarf Village. I'm also... I also need to figure out how I'm getting through the Pure Land bosses. I'm thinking just rely on Luna. That's what I'm thinking. We got Gnome too. Yeah. I'm thinking just rely on Gnome and Luna. I mean, I'm rocking 2 boys, so I might as well. Sprite, you want Cockatrice Cap? I might not have enough for Gauntlet those. 38, 18. No. I have to get Needlehelm. I have to get Needlehelm because if I buy that Cockatrice Cap, I won't have enough for the Gauntlet, so I might as well get a Needlehelm for him. Alright, so Southtown had Needlehelms, Kaipo has Gauntlets. And then that'll be our armor for the rest of the game. We should be okay with this armor for the rest of the game. I mean, yeah, I can upgrade to like fairy stuff, but I don't need to. We don't really have a good place to farm money. Out of chests anyway, we don't. Yeah, I barely have enough for Needlehelm. And then after we get this Needlehelm, I think we just want to go to Pandora Ruins. There's 6 checks there. Might as well start there. Because we got to look for Sylphid. We don't have a hint on Sylphid, unfortunately. And honestly, what I might do after we find Sylphid is to get Sprite's Luna to like level 5. So I don't have to cast Moon Energy a bunch of times. I'm rocking 2 boys, so make sure I get my walnuts here. Because we do not have access to Magic Absorb this run, so we have to rely on walnuts. Alright, so Sprite is straight. Let's check Pandora Ruins and see. There's 6 checks there, so I might as well start there. What a seed, though. What a seed. This was a... This seed is dog dookie. It really is. Sprite. I know what I could do with you. I don't need to cast Moon Energy on this boss, so what I'm gonna do is just throw up a bunch of defenders with you. Start working on your gnome. We have plenty of MP due to our levels. I figure I'd get this up now, that way I don't have to cast speed up a bunch of times. I want to save 3 for speed up for the boy. They're trying to cast stuff on me. I'm trying. So this spot's only, what? 1100 HP? Or 900, something like that. I think it's 1100. It's a dragon too. I don't have a fire weapon, unfortunately. $74. Maybe I will cast this. There we go. Alright, so Gnome's level 3. And it's probably where it's gonna stay, honestly. I think I'll just go to Wind Palace and grind Luna to like level 5 or 6 maybe. Yeah, there's that. Kind of too little too late. Because we don't need Salamander at this point. Okay, let's check Pandora. And if Silph's not here, I think I'll go... What's the next place to check here? Probably Empire checks. Empire boss checks, I would say. If Silph's not here. We checked girl earlier. I think she had money on her. Okay, glove orb, whip orb, sword orb. Okay, Silph is here. Wow, I could have had this bow orb and javelin. Okay, cool. All right, so we got Silph. We are roping out. We need to do Earth Palace. We know the Dark Sea's there. 100% we know the Dark Sea's there, so we do Earth Palace. And then after that, we'll be in go mode. How much money do I have? I don't have a lot of money, I don't. Nah, 4K. I was thinking about forging, but I really can't. I can, but we've already seen a lot of the upgrades anyway. I do need to sleep. Yeah, this is a pretty rude seed. As far as progression, anyway. Rude. Alright, so once we get this Dark Seed out of here, we will be in go mode. I'm gonna stop by Wind Palace and grind Luna to level 5. And that way I don't have to spend a bunch of time casting moon energy. Because I'm pretty sure that's the way we're gonna kill these bosses. And that way I don't have to spend time grinding up Lumina, which would be awful. Relying on Lucent Beam at this point when I have 2 boys. Metamantis. dead. Alright, so this should be our dark seed. Well, once we get to the pedestal anyway. Okay, so this should be dark seed. Walk about dark seed. Yep. Alright, so now we're in go mode. Let's walk up. We go to Wind Palace, we grind Luna to level 5. And that way we get, what is it, 6 hits of moon energy at level 5? Or was it 7? I think it's 6. Yeah, I think it's 6. I don't have Mage Ballad, unfortunately, but that's fine. This is almost at 4, isn't it? Can get this to 4 and call it a day. With Gnome. Yeah. Alright, now I wanna work on Luna. Okay, so we want to cast this on the sprite, so I gotta do a little bit of a different target. Yeah, 30 MP. So it gives us 15 of these. 11 gets us to level 3. Yeah, the reason why I'm leveling up Luna here is because we don't want to rely on Lumina to kill these Pure Land bosses. Not when we're rocking 2 boys. Girl has a level 5 bow, and we have a level 3 boomerang. So it'll be a total waste to not level up Luna here. Not to mention we have Gnome as well. I might get this to 6 actually, or 7 hits. Yeah, I might get this to 6. This way I can cast 1 on boy, 1 on girl, and they get 7 hits worth of crits before I have to recast all for 2 MP. Well, 4 for both total. And I would rather just use that Luna boost lowers evasion, right? So use that. Alright, let's go. We have vest guards, we have gauntlets, we have needle helms. That's pretty much the bare minimum you want to get through Pure Land with vanilla stats, because if you have anything under that, like battle suits, las rings, dragon helms, duck helms, if you have anything like that and under, you will get shit on in Pure Land. And a lot of you guys know, if you played this game in vanilla, if you played this in vanilla, you're used to these griffin hands and mush glooms and everything in here doing like 200, 300 damage a shot, and you taking forever to get through Pure Land because you have to heal constantly and you have to cast Elusive Barrier and you have to go through all these changes. We don't want to deal with that bullshit, so we're just gonna go ahead and rock this armor and call it a day. All right, who is this? Fire Chicken. All right, we got you. Okay, you get one. Let's start on him. Oh wait. You get one. I might have to charge her. There we go. Yeah, this is why we want to use Luna. You did? Not yet. Now he's dead. Much faster than spamming Lucent Beam, and even then... Okay, so another reason why we want to just rely on charge attacks is because Lucent Beam needs to be at level 7 in order for it to do any sort of good damage here. Alright, glove warp, nothing. Okay. Dead. Yes. And we don't have time to get Lumina all the way up to level 7. We're not doing that. Not for 4 MP per cast. Ooh, watermelons. Annoying though. Alright, go get up here. Okay, burst is gonna sting a little bit, but we should be okay. Got him. Yeah, you okay, Spike? Dead. Yeah. Lumina, spamming Lumina on these bosses here, it feels so awful. So awful. So that's why we rely on Luna instead. We do have 7 walnuts, so if my Sprite runs out of MP, which he probably won't, we can just, you know, use walnuts on him. Grim, I might have you charge, I don't know. I doubt it. I doubt I'll do that. Honestly think I can just run through here at this point. Kilroy? Let me cast Fire Bouquet here. I think this is a lot of attack power in this spot. I think. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of attack power in this spot. Got him. Yeah, Axe Beak Spot actually has a pretty strong attack power. Has pretty strong attack power. I don't think it's as high as Snapdragon's, but it is pretty high. Alright, Jav Orb, money. Okay, Sprite, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh our speed ups here. Because the boy and the girl are gonna kill everything. So with any luck, we'll sub 2 this seed. I think we'll sub 2 this seed just fine. Oh wow. Of course. Boy. Yep, knew it. Got him. He's in an awkward spot though. Got him. Woo! 800. Yeah, I'm just gonna let Prim, you know, let her shoot her bow. Honestly, I really don't need to give moon energy to her, but I mean, she is helping a bit, so might as well. Not to mention, she has a pretty strong bow. She has a level 5 bow, so it's not like she can't do any damage with it. She could do some damage, which helps out. I mean, she has the stronger of our 2 weapons right now between the bow and the boomerang. My boomerang is only level 3. Make 3? No. I do want to fire bouquet him though. Yeah, that's why. That's why we want to fire bouquet. We're looking at we're dealing with Thunder Gigas' attack power here. Yeah, let me try to put up Defender if I can. Yeah, that Defender's helping out. Yeah, she's helping out little ow. Ow, 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 ow. Stop, 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 stop. Yeah, I don't have Undini, unfortunately. Ah. Got him. Woo! That one was close. Thunder Gigas is another spot that has a lot of attack power. Because Thunder Gigas in vanilla uses, what is it, Blitz Breath? And that does like 400 damage. 300 to 400 damage. With Sunken Continent armor. Okay, nothing there. I think it's like 300 to 400. It might be 300. Dark Lich. Let's see. Moon energy on the boy. Moon energy on her, actually. Nah, I got 2 chocolates left. I don't think I need them though. Who am I controlling here? Boy, okay. Alright, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. There we go. Woo! Right. So that is going to be it for this challenge seed. I mean, this seed was pretty challenging, I will say that. Oh, my speed up warp. That's fine. Right, so looks like we're gonna get a 154.50 something. Maybe 40. Might be 40. It could be 30 actually. Yeah, it's 30. Okay. Or maybe it is 40. 154.40 something. Yeah. All right, so 154.41 is our time for this challenge seed. Yeah, like I said, this seed was absolutely ass. I mean, the progression was pretty jank. I will say that. But really what the seed wanted you to do is find some way to, first of all, get to the sprite. The sprite was blocked by a Boreal face at Snapdragon, which hits extremely hard if you do not have at least in-game armor. Because Snapdragon, I believe, has the highest. I don't think it's the highest amount of attack power. I think that's Mana Beast actually, but it's one of the highest attack power spots in the game. So think of it as, for those of you who played FF4 Free Enterprise, think of it as Bahamut Spot. Bahamut Spot, and I know I'm talking Free Enterprise here, but Bahamut Spot is, its magic power is pretty high, its attack power is pretty high, so you don't want to send, you know, a party to that spot that has like low HP, unless you know what you're doing. But anywho, Snapdragon Spot in Secret of Mana is akin to the Bahamut Spot in FF4 Free Enterprise, or maybe like Leviathan Spot, or pretty much any spot on the moon that has high physical attack power. Snapdragon Spot can be compared to one of those spots in Free Enterprise. This is basically the Bahamut Spot in the Secret of Mana. If there's a boss in the Snapdragon Spot and it's vanilla stats that uses physical attacks, and Boreal Face does use physical attacks with his pumpkin bombs and the bramblers too, while I'm at it, it is going to hit like a truck. If you don't have, if your armor is anything under, say, gold Isle armor, then you will take heavy damage and possibly just flat out get one shot there. In Vanilla Secret of Mana, you have to go through Snapdragon Spot with gold Isle armor, but the Snapdragon is only a threat when it eats you. So there's ways to get around the Snapdragon without him attacking you. You can stand in like an intercardinal direction to him and smack him. You can cast fire magic on him and not take damage at all. But in Randomizer, in this case, we have a physical attacking boss, and we need to not die to this thing because it's required to get to the Dryad Seed pedestal, which has our Water Seed, which in turn had our Sprite, which in turn had our Girl Magic. So, and we needed the Sprite to get to the Dark Seed. So the only way to finish the seed is to find a way to kill Boreal Face at Snapdragon to get to the Water Seed, to get to the Sprite, to get to to get to the Earth Seed pedestal to get the Dark Seed. We also need Sylphid, mind you. So Pandora Ruins is required too. We didn't do that till late. I probably should have done Pandora Ruins like much earlier, but I don't think it would have mattered too much since I couldn't use Sylphid magic then anyway. So, I mean, you can get Sylphid whenever, honestly, and it won't make much of a difference. But the main point here is grinding enough money. And to be honest, there weren't that many good spots to grind money because, I mean, Rabbi Forest enemies were dropping fairy walnuts and we were getting a bunch of items from the early game enemies. That was my first plan to grinding money, is the grind chests that have 8,600 gold in them. Can't really do that when we don't know what enemies are dropping gold. So the next plan was to just see if we can farm Pure Land enemies because they kind of drop the most gold. I mean, there's Mana Fortress enemies, but you can't get inside Mana Fortress on the seed, so Pure Land enemies will have to do. And this is where having a stone weapon comes in extremely handy because stone weapons can kill things much faster. If you can petrify them, that is. If they're immune to petrify, then, I mean, you're out of luck. But if they can be petrified, then they can die, or they can be killed much faster. The problem is you have to survive their hits if they attack you. So we had to figure out some way to grind money in Pure Land without, dying. Thankfully, there were rabbits there, or silktails rather. And they were mostly trying to cast spells. And when the enemy AI is swapped, it seems that when they try to cast spells, they sit still for a minute. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe it's something with the swap enemy AI flag. And like I said, that flag is wonky and janky anyway. So you can experience anything with that flag. So we had to figure out what their patterns were. Once we figured out the patterns, then it's like, okay, they're mostly trying to cast spells on themselves. So we can actually go in and try to attack them while they're casting. And the hits will register a few seconds after. Like I said, swapped enemy AI flag is jank as I don't know what, but the hits will register a few seconds after they cast. And if they get petrified while they're casting, then they're just dead. So we had to figure out a way to get some cash so we can get through that Boreal face in Grand Palace. Other than that, we did get a couple of seeds for free. We got the Earth Seed and Tasnica. Tasnica on vanilla enemy stat growth is not a free fight. Depends on what enemy spawns there. You definitely want to have some way of petrifying them because the Tastica enemy has what, 500 HP. However much HP Darkstalker has in vanilla, I think it's 520 or something like that. But you got to find a way to do 520 damage to that enemy in the Tasnica spot in order to get that check. So Tasnica is definitely not free on vanilla enemy stats. Let's see, we also got the Wind Seed on Turtle Isle. We got the Fire Seed at Santa's house, so those were free. The Light Seed was also free in the Matango chest, I believe. We had the Dryad Seed on, I think that was behind the Kilroy spot. Yeah, I think that was behind the Kilroy spot, so that wasn't, I mean, technically it's not free, but kind of is. It's not free because you have to fight a boss to get to it, but it's a Kilroy spot which has 900 HP. So at the very least, you want to try and tackle that spot when you're a little bit stronger because at level 1, you're doing like what, 20-30 damage. So that spot takes a while if you're swinging around level 1 weapons anyway. What else? Moonseed was a bit tricky. We found that eventually. I mean, we didn't have any information on the Moonseed, so we pretty much had to blind check that. And then we learned that the Water Seed was on a pedestal. The Dark Seed was on a pedestal, or behind a Sylphid Orb rather. So Dark Seed behind a Sylphid Orb kind of incentivizes you to check the orbs in the palaces because you want to know where that Sylphid Orb is. And when you get the hint that something is behind one orb, then it could be Earth Palace, it could be Flammy Cave, it could be Moon Palace. Yeah, it could be any of those places. So you have to check them just to see. But if the hint would have said behind a Sylphid Orb and another orb or some other orb, then it definitely would have not mentioned, but it definitely would have meant Fire Palace, because Fire Palace is the only palace that has multiple orbs aside from Grand Palace. But there's only one check in Grand Palace, though. But Grand Palace doesn't count in this situation. It's Fire Palace. So if it's behind, say, an X orb, a Y orb, or an X orb, a Y orb, and a Z orb, then it's definitely talking about Fire Palace. But if it's just saying behind an X orb, like it was in this seed, then it could be Fire Palace in the first chest. It could be, or any chest really. It could be Earth Palace. It could be Moon Palace, or it could be Flammy Cave. So that's why we had to go and check those. We learned that it was Earth Palace, so that also told us that the sprite could not be there because we need the sprite to get into Earth Palace. We got a hint saying that the sprite was early. There's only two pedestals that are early game. That's the Water Seed Ped and the Earth Seed Ped. So seeing that Sylphid Orb let us know that, oh, okay, the sprite can't be at the Earth Ped, so he's at the Water Ped. So now you know, or now the seed gives you pretty much what you need as far as information to get to the sprite. So the hints this seed were pretty good for the most part. We also got a hint saying that the girl was mid-game, and the reason why I wanted to hunt her down is mainly because I wanted to know what her role was. Eventually we figured out that there was no sprite magic in the seed. You had the orbs telling you that. You have one of the hints saying that Grand Palace required 3 elementals, which is a huge sign that, oh, there's no sprite magic in the seed. It's not always like that, but most of the time, well, a majority of the time, it is saying that there's no sprite magic in the seed. So that tells you that, oh, someone has to have girl magic. So I needed to figure out what the girl was, or what role she was, for the information. And once we got to her, we found out that she had the boy's role. So that meant that the sprite was the only character in the seed that had magic. In this case, girl magic. So we needed to find the sprite. But yeah, vanilla enemy stat growth has to be respected, because if you're checking like freebies, for example, you have to be extremely careful now, especially when you're checking freebies in mid game and late game, because enemies can just pretty much one tap you if you don't have the armor to take the hits. Mid game pretty much requires like tiger armor. I mean, you can get by with Kakara armor, Toto Village armor. You can get by with those. You'll be taking damage, but you won't get one shot. But at the minimum, you want Kakara armor or Toto armor to take hits in mid game while you're checking freebies. At the bare minimum. Like I said, Tiger Gear is fine. Anything above Tiger Gear is fine. I think you take a little bit of damage with Tiger Gear, but it's nothing to, be concerned about. But if you're checking mid-game freebies with anything under like upper land armor, then you are going to get one shot. Same thing with late game freebies. And I mean, most late game freebies are free anyway, aside from Tasnica, where you have to fight that 520 something HP spot in Tasnica. That's not free. Dark Palace chests are late game 3 chests. That place you kind of want to have at the very least Tiger Gear. It's doable with Tiger Gear, but if you have anything under Tiger Gear, then you're probably going to be taking heavy damage from, late game enemies. It depends what they are too. Dark Palace isn't bad without, Tiger Gear or anything under Tiger Gear. Well, I can't say anything. Let's say Total Village / Kakara armor. It's kind of risky going in there with those, but like I said, Tiger Gear is like the minimum you want if you're gonna explore Dark Palace, trying to get the freebies out of there on vanilla stats. And anything above that is fine. Mandala gear is fine. Gold hour armor is basically, you don't die. But yeah, the main point of the seed was finding a way to get past that boreal phase, to get to the water seed and ultimately get to the sprite and the dark seed. All right, anywho, 154.41 is our time for this seed. Or not seed of the week. This ain't no seed of the week. This is a challenge seed. Yeah, so other than that, I mean, the seed wasn't too bad. We just had to play this correctly, because this is a seed where you don't get sprite magic. And when you're running vanilla enemy stats and you don't have sprite magic, then it's quite a bit tougher because you have to rely on weapons then. And if you don't have, say, Luna or Gnome or both or Salamando, then you're going to have a rough time. All right, so that is it for this challenge seed. I will see you all next time.